I have been working over the past few years as a volunteer in various programs at Immigrant Services. I lead a weekly women's conversation group where we meet to have a social interaction throughout the week and also to practice English conversation skills and learn about Canadian culture. I was previously a teacher with a passion for travel and exploring new cultures and new countries. I had a strong linguistics background, and I thought I could put my skills to work helping newcomer women and families in the community. So I just walked in the doors at Immigrant Services a few years ago and said, I want to volunteer, can you use me? And that's how it started. Women come from different countries from all over the world. It started as a way of having a social time, getting to meet other women so they didn't feel isolated in the community. And it's grown from there to also include some really basic fundamentals on what is Canadian culture. I think we assume that women who come here know it all and they understand the basics of living in Canada, but I've learned they don't. And it's really helpful to have someone go through step by step the basics of simple things like shopping in Canada, what's expected of the parent in the school system here in Canada, what are their rights, what are their responsibilities. Oftentimes they will get connected with a group of fellow newcomers from their same home country, but they often lack that connection with local Canadians, that connection to what it is to be in Canada so that they can learn all those small little nuances of living here and to really feel like they can connect with Canada. I have learned so much from these women. They are amazing to work with. I am always amazed at how open and accepting they are and willing to learn not just about Canadian culture, but about the culture of the other women in the group that they are meeting. And they ask questions that I sometimes would be afraid to ask of women from another culture, and they are not afraid. They just ask, why do you wear that? Why do you do that? What is the reason behind that? And they're very open to sharing and to learning from each other. I started a group to privately sponsor a refugee family from Syria. I knew that this was something that could not be done alone. It needed to be a community effort. Like-minded people coming together to face the challenges and rewards that were going to come. So I gathered around me women and families in my personal community who would want to join in this effort. And we involved our children in the process because we knew that this was a definite learning experience for them. Through one bake sale, we met a staff member at City Hall. It ended up being brought to the attention of the mayor and eventually was brought forth to City Hall, and it was proposed that the city could help also contribute to this cause, and it was a success. It was one of the driving forces behind us really getting into the fundraising process. My daughter and my son were very involved in the sponsorship process. It was hard for them not to be. It was something that was very a real thing in our house at all times. So they're active in the process. They're involved. My daughter and my son both have gotten to know the families that I have built relationships with through the sponsorship and also through the conversation group. They know them by name. They know them when they see them in the community. And the kids really were the welcoming group that welcomed the two boys that came with the Syrian family. They go to the same school, they live in the same neighborhood. They really worked hard to learn Arabic words of greetings so that they could communicate with the family. And I hope that that's something they'll take with them as they grow and develop and know that it's something that they can continue to do. You can make a difference, even if it's just something small. It can have a lasting impact, even if it's just with one person in the community. So don't be afraid to get out there and to believe in yourself and to trust that you have the power to make a difference.